She's 20 decks tall, 219 feet wide, and has enough capacity to sail with 8,000 people on board. But is she too big? Over the next 5 days, I'll show you exactly what it's like to sail on the ultimate family megaship. This is Star of the Seas. Greetings from Orlando and welcome back. Today is Embarkation Day and my family and I are just pulling off the Beachline Expressway, and there she is, Star of the Seas. Docked at Port Canaveral, she towers over the cruise terminal like a floating city, her gleaming white hull catching the morning light. Even after all the cruise ships I've seen, this one stops me cold. My wife Michelle leans forward from the front passenger seat in awe at her sheer size, and my son Martin starts snapping pics for Instagram from the back. That's the moment it hits me. This is going to be very different. This cruise is going to be something special. And speaking of special, stay tuned to the very end where something extra special happened as we were walking off the ship. Royal Caribbean has mastered port arrival better than any other cruise line. We pass a line of luggage carts and porters as we pull up to the terminal curb. The porters greet us with wide smiles and quick efficiency, whisking our bags away as if they've been waiting just for us. They even give us tips on where to park to avoid crowds. Inside the terminal, we're greeted with calm efficiency. Security is easy, no lines, no stress. We've qualified for expedited check-in today, and it feels almost unreal how smooth this process is. A quick scan of our documents, a flash of our passports, and just like that, we're cleared. There's a seamless flow from one step to the next, and extra friendly port staff. Then comes the moment I've been waiting for. We step onto the gangway, take a few final strides, and cross onto the ship. Instantly, our world changes. We're greeted by warm smiles from crew members who seem to know exactly where we're headed before we even ask. And then we see it, the Pearl. This massive illuminated sphere rises in the middle of the Royal Promenade, a dazzling centerpiece that feels like stepping into the future. It's bold, it's unexpected, and I can tell you it's even more impressive in person. And here's a fun fact, it counterbalances the ship to allow for the floor-to-ceiling windows just behind it. Everywhere I look, there's movement and energy. The crew members are lined up along the promenade, ready to help guests. Families are pausing for their first photos. We stop for a moment just to take it all in. The same thing happened to me when we toured Super Nintendo World at Universal's Epic Universe for the first time. These moments are so big, you just need a moment to process what you're looking at. This is not your average cruise ship. It's a destination all its own. We head straight to our muster station to complete the safety briefing, which is quick and personal. A friendly crew member walks us through life jacket procedures with calm confidence, and within minutes we're officially cleared to start exploring. And I cannot pass by Sorrento's without stopping for a slice of Connecticut-style pizza, so we grab a snack. Our first stop is Adventure Ocean just to check out the kids clubs. I've made a separate video dedicated to Star of the Seas with kids that highlights all the best activities just for kids. So many colorful play spaces and interactive zones. It's clear Royal Caribbean has really thought about families here. Royal Caribbean has some of the best kids programming at sea. There's even a performing arts theater just for kids. By now, hunger is kicking in, so we make our way to the Windjammer Marketplace. The buffet is alive with that first day buzz, and I already know what I'm here for. White rice and butter chicken, my go-to embarkation lunch. If you watched my Disney Wish video, you might remember that I had this exact same plate on Embarkation Day. What can I say? I'm a creature of habit. Especially enjoyed the ice sculptures and the model of Star of the Seas made entirely of chocolate. Or is that cake? Not sure, but I'm tempted to break off a piece to find out. With lunch done, it's time to see our home for the next few days, a Category U5 Central Park View stateroom. I've been trying different staterooms lately, stepping away from my usual balcony choice. and this one has me curious. We step inside and I'm impressed to see how bright and airy it feels, but the view is more obstructed than I was expecting. We really can't see much of Central Park because there's a rooftop in the way from the deck below, but still the space is fantastic and there's plenty of natural light. The afternoon slips into evening and we make our way into the Aquadome for sail away. This massive glass space at the front of the ship offers unbelievable panoramic views, and from here we watch the lines drop. The Disney Magic glides out first, an elegant silhouette against the setting sun. She's a beautiful ship, but today all eyes are on Star. Slowly, gracefully, we follow her out of Port Canaveral, heading towards open waters. That evening, dinner is in the main dining room, where the servers are as excited as we are to be here. Tonight's menu includes creamy tomato soup and spring pea risotto for me, while Michelle opts for the strip steak and Martin goes with prime rib. For dessert, we all dive into a decadent Boston cream cake that tastes like it was just made moments ago. After dinner, it's time for some big thrills. We head to Crown's Edge, a ropes course unlike any I've seen. At one point, I'm literally dangling 150 feet up over the side of the ship, suspended by nothing but a harness. Adrenaline surges through me as I am laughing and terrified at the same time. It starts out okay, but when you turn the corner and look down at the water, it's a total game changer. Crown's Edge is not for the faint of heart, but what an unforgettable experience. From there, we explore Thrill Island, where Martin and I race down some water slides with 0 wait times, a perk of being on the first sailings. The excitement of the day carries us into a little independent time. Martin heads to Social 100, and Michelle and I try our luck at the massive casino. No big wins tonight, but it's all part of the fun. We wrap up the night by meeting up for dessert at Pearl Café, a perfectly torched creme brulee for Martin and me, caramel apple cake for Michelle. By the time we get back to our room, exhaustion sets in. Martin is already asleep before his head hits the pillow, and Michelle and I are quick to follow. Day 1 is in the books, and as I drift off, I can't shake the feeling that we've only just scratched the surface of what this incredible ship has to offer. Good morning from somewhere in the Caribbean Sea. I wake early as usual. I quietly slip out of the room so Michelle and Martin can sleep in a little longer. First things first, I grab a hot coffee in the nearby Central Park Café and head out to explore. The ship is almost silent except for the low hum of the engines beneath my feet. I make my way up to the top deck, camera in one hand, coffee in the other, just in time to catch the horizon, igniting in hues of gold and purple. The air is cool and salty with just a whisper of wind. There's something magical about being up here when the world is still asleep. I paused for a moment to look down at the pools, all roped off and still. In a few hours, these spaces will be alive with music, laughter, and the splash of a cannonball contest. But for now, it feels like I have the ship to myself. This is my favorite part of any cruise. Michelle texts me that she's awake and wants to meet at the Central Park Café for coffee and breakfast. The smell of freshly brewed espresso mingles with the fragrance of the live greenery surrounding me. Central Park is one of my favorite spaces at sea. Lush trees and quiet pathways, a hidden oasis in the middle of this megaship. We sip our coffees slowly as the first few guests start to trickle out of their staterooms. One thing I noticed right away is that Central Park on Star of the Seas is so much bigger than on the Oasis class ships, and I didn't even think that would be possible. Soon after, Martin comes down to join us, and we head to Star of the Seas Fitness Center, which is enormous. My Fitbit tracker picks up the speed of the ship, so it thinks I'm running 3-minute miles. Afterward, we head to Windjammer Marketplace for a special treat. We share an over-the-top waffle piled with strawberries and whipped cream. That's the beauty of a cruise. There's no shortage of great things to eat. Now that we killed a little time, we head over to one of our most anticipated reservations, laser tag at Absolute Zero. Inside Absolute Zero, the space is dimly lit, glowing in neon blues and purples, with the music pumping as we suit up. The game itself is a rush, ducking behind barriers, sliding through narrow spaces, trying to outsmart Michelle, who turns out to be surprisingly stealthy. Martin is, of course, the undisputed champion, darting around like a Navy SEAL. I grab a Starbucks latte and we wander to deck 6, where shaded outdoor seating overlooks the starboard side of the ship. The breeze is strong but warm, carrying the sound of waves churning below. We sit for a while, coffees in hand, watching nothing but endless blue. Later in the afternoon, we take a stroll through the main dining room for a tour. Its grandeur is striking, the chandeliers, the crisp white linens, all adding up to that sense of timeless elegance Royal Caribbean is known for. It's on your own time now. I love this part of the cruise. Michelle goes to the Vitality Spa for a massage. 30 minutes of pure relaxation at sea feels like a luxury worth every penny to the $179 price tag. Martin goes to Social 100, the teen club, and I try my luck again in the casino. I hit a decent jackpot and leave before I lose it all. Back in our stateroom, we rest for a bit before heading to dinner. Tonight, lobster's on the menu, but a trick I learned a long time ago on Royal Caribbean is to order the lobster entree but have it come out as an appetizer. Our server expertly helps crack the shell and extract the tender meat. Martin and Michelle both go for the beef tenderloin medallions. I can't resist the chicken cordon bleu, perfectly breaded and oozing with cheesy goodness. The night takes us to the Royal Theater, where we have tickets to see Back to the Future, the musical. I grew up loving the original film, and now I'm about to see it reimagined on a Broadway-style stage right here at sea. We step into the theater, and I'm immediately struck by the sheer scale of it. Tonight we have balcony seats, high enough for a panoramic view of the entire production, but close enough to see every expression on the actors' faces. We finish the night with a walk along the Royal Promenade, soaking in the live music and energy of the ship. Day 2 has been a blend of adrenaline, indulgence, and pure relaxation, and as I fall asleep, I'm already looking forward to what tomorrow will bring. I get up early to watch Star of the Seas make port at Perfect Day at CocoCay, Royal Caribbean's private island, but to my surprise, we're already there. But I do manage to catch Icon of the Seas backing up to the pier. It's an amazing sight. And I'm not the only one awake. Guests have already begun lining up to disembark for the island. But this isn't just any day at CocoCay. There are 2 Icon-class ships here. Star of the Seas and her sister, Icon of the Seas, stand side by side, towering over the pier like gleaming skyscrapers. From this height, the perspective feels surreal, almost like approaching a futuristic city rising from the sea. I pause to take it in because I know this moment is rare. A sight we may never see again. These 2 sisters will likely be on different itineraries in the future. After a quick breakfast in the Central Park Café, fresh fruit, oatmeal, an egg sandwich, and that perfect cup of coffee, we gather our things. Martin is just waking up, but the excitement moves him quickly. By mid-morning, we're stepping off the gangway, scanning our SeaPass cards with a soft chime, and walking into paradise. The island is full of energy. People stop to take photos of both Icon-class ships in port together. Music drifts over from the beach bars. We make our way to the Oasis Lagoon where the crystal water is warm. This is a happening place. The swim-up bar is busy and families are swimming around exploring the winding pool. Lunchtime brings a personal tradition, the Snack Shack's crispy chicken sandwich and mozzarella sticks. Today I take it further, stacking them together to create my own chicken parm masterpiece. A simple indulgence feels like part of the CocoCay experience now. By early afternoon, the crowds are shifting, heading toward the island's water park. We take the opportunity to head back to the ship, nearly empty now, and it feels like we have this massive floating resort to ourselves. As we walk through the Royal Promenade, something unexpected happens, a brief power outage. For just a moment, the ship goes completely silent. A crew member tells me they are testing the ship's generator system. Within 60 seconds, the ship powers back up, test complete. Martin's camera captures it all, the Royal Promenade bathed in an eerie glow. Moments later, everything returns to normal. It's been a long day already, so it's definitely time for my caffeine break at Pearl Café. Then back to the room to enjoy some ice-cold air conditioning and watch a little TV. The main dining room tonight is offering a Caribbean-themed menu, but I'm not in the mood. I love the main dining room, but I'm not a huge fan of blackened food in general. Instead, we head to Windjammer, where I order a custom plate of garlic noodles, expertly stir-fried, and a perfect choice. The night splits for a while. Michelle and Martin take on the water slides while I head to the casino. The cards fall on my favor tonight, and I walk away with another win, a rare but thrilling feeling. We reunite over dessert back at Pearl Café, a familiar ritual at this point, before heading to our stateroom. We discover a surprise, a complimentary pickleball set waiting in our room, a thoughtful gift from our stateroom attendant. As the lights dim, we curl up to watch Back to the Future, the film now holding special meaning after seeing the Broadway show Onboard last night. When the credits roll, day 3 ends on that perfect mix of joy and comfort only a cruise can deliver. The ship is quiet this morning. Sea days are different. They carry a slow, unhurried rhythm. I slip into Central Park Café again for oatmeal, fruit, and another cup of that rich, dark coffee. The perfect way to start the day. We try out our new pickleball set during free play. The court is alive with friendly competition, laughter echoing across the open deck. It's a simple activity, but one of those moments where you remember that cruising isn't just about big shows and attractions, it's about these little bursts of fun shared with strangers who feel like friends by the end of the game. And now, something I've been looking forward to all cruise, a Back to the Future trivia contest being held in the karaoke lounge, which just happens to be near Sorrento's Pizza, so naturally we bring pizza in with us. We score 19 out of 20 on the trivia. We don't win, but it's great to be around so many fellow fans of that movie. The afternoon sun beats down as we head to mini golf. There's a competition where you have to play by hitting a ball in unusual ways to make it challenging. Dinner in the main dining room is unhurried and elegant. We then take a long walk around the Promenade track, circling the ship to burn off the incredible amount of calories we're consuming here. We take some time to wander the Royal Promenade, soaking in the ship's vibrant evening energy. I stop into a few shops, starting with the logo store, where the shelves are lined with Star of the Seas merchandise, t-shirts, hats, mugs, and model ships. I browse through duty-free boutiques as well and check out a few of the lounges that are about to open for the evening. And here's Giovanni's Italian Kitchen, a cozy specialty restaurant serving classic Italian favorites with a modern twist. After shopping, it's time to head to the AquaTheater for Torque, a high-energy show where dancers and acrobats defy gravity around a stage made of water. We arrive 45 minutes early to get a prime spot, and it's worth every minute of waiting. The artistry, the precision, the music all come together to make this one of the best shows I've ever seen at sea. Just after midnight, Star of the Seas slips back into Port Canaveral. It's highly unusual to arrive at this time, but as a preview cruise, the procedures are a little different. In the morning, disembarkation is smooth, almost too easy. We roll our suitcases off the gangway, the morning sun casting a golden glow over the port. As we walk back toward the car, the perfect ending to this cruise greets us. A rocket launch streaking into the sky from Cape Canaveral. The plume of smoke trails upward against the bright blue morning, a reminder of just how magical this port can be. Star of the Seas has left an impression that lingers long after stepping ashore. In just a few days, we experienced more than I thought possible. Adventure, relaxation, and a ship so full of life it feels like a destination all its own. I loved this ship so much I'm dedicating an entire playlist to it, packed with tips, reviews, and every detail you need to know for your own sailing. Join me over there.